Green Tree Productions is proud to present Duncanville Weekly News. It's the good news just for the City of Champions, Duncanville, Texas. And now, here's your host, John Thompson.
Hello, world, America, Texas, and Duncanville, and welcome to this edition of Duncanville Weekly News for the middle part of January 2018. Glad you're logged on and watching. We've got a big show, so let's go. We've got a big event coming up this Thursday night to tell you about, and then we're going to show you some highlights from the Hall of Honor ceremonies that were held last week. Here we go. Don't forget, this Thursday evening, the Chamber of Commerce in the city will host Celebrate Duncanville, at which the Man and Woman of the Year will be presented along with several annual Chamber Awards. Mayor David Green will give his State of the City address and his awards. That's this Thursday, January the 18th at the Hilton Garden Inn. Doors open at 6, dinner's at 7. It's $50 a person. Call the Chamber at 972-780-4990 for reservations, or you can email Hilda at duncanvillechamber.org. Hope to see you there. Monday night, the Duncanville Athletic Department held their annual Hall of Honor ceremonies in the Performance Hall at DHS, and Athletic Director Clint Harper was the Master of Ceremonies. Here's a very short version of the ceremonies.
Contributions of individuals whose achievement of or advancement of athletics in Duncanville ISD has made a profound difference in the lives of our young people. Since 2005, there have been 58 individual inductees into the Hall of Honor. Our 5 inductees tonight truly represent why Duncanville is the City of Champions. You have 3 state championship athletes in different sports, a state finalist golfer, and a legendary coach. Our first inductee tonight is Shelly Finger. She will be introduced by Dave Robinson.
She played with the legends of U.S. women's soccer, Christine Lilly, Mia Hamm, and the names continue to go on. And they did that at North Carolina as well. She had a stint with the women's national team. And this was an interesting thing that I found. Beckett Entertainment named Shelly's team, and I'm talking about the University of North Carolina, of which she made such an impact, the number 6 in the top 30 sports dynasties of the 20th century. And on a more personal level, she was just a fantastic kid that had parents with a value system that would be considered extinct today because they felt their daughter had to earn her playing time and work for everything without a guarantee of anything but a chance to make it. It is my honor and pleasure to introduce Dr. Shelly Finger.
Thank you to the Duncanville ISD Athletics Hall of Honor Committee for this great honor. I would like to thank Don Reichert. Mr. Reichert was the one who unburied my name, got behind and championed me, and somehow convinced the committee. Thank you. Ever since I was about 3 years old, before I had ever even donned my first uniform, I wanted to be a professional soccer player. I saw my brothers play, and I knew that that was it for me. I learned the ecstasy of being really good at something and how it feels to be respected for a job well done. And I learned how to set goals, work toward them, fail, get up, keep working, and finally achieve them, and continue to set more goals. And this, maybe the hardest one of all, was to be able to laugh at myself.
Clint, I said I'll step up and introduce her. Tiffany was one of my blessings here at Duncanville. The only player I've had in the 18 years I've been here that actually did her signing in church. And she's signing in church and trying to decide between 3 schools. and reaches for one of the hats. I don't remember which one. And I think her grandmother grabbed her by the ear and took her to the kitchen real quick. And she came back and picked up the Texas hat.
Tiff emailed me her speech tonight, so I will read it as she sent it to me. It started at Bird with Coach Bannon and Coach Matt, and continued with the great Kathy Self-Martin. The lessons I've learned from here and the get it done attitude has propelled me to play 12 seasons in both the WNBA and overseas. I've won several championships and MVPs, but I alone can't take credit. It's because of all of you, my mom, dad, my coaches, and everyone who cheered me on in the old cage and gave me the confidence I needed to help face obstacles in this sport and in life has thrown at me.
Sam has been a young man I've known and coached and worked with now for over 32 years. I know that's dating me pretty much, but Sam was my starting point guard on my first state championship team in 1991. He was the leader that every championship team must have. Sam wasn't a vocal leader. He led by example. He was a thinker. He soaked up everything that Coach McQuaid and I threw at him through his high school career. He had a really good group of friends, was in the gym all the time, no distractions, and Lord knows I didn't need any more distractions because hell, I had Greg Ocean tag, so, and most of you know him, so. Sam never said probably 4 words to me in his whole 4 years here. He just listened and smiled and nodded his head.
First, I'll thank the committee. I think John Thompson may have thrown my name out at some point and got the ball rolling on that. So my family started it out and got me going. And so even after my dad got out of coaching in '76, I still went to all the basketball games. I still went to all the baseball games, still went to football games. And so being a part of this community from the time I was born was just who I was. Being a Duncan Panther was a big deal. I remember going to the football games on Friday nights, and before the game they would play that song. And I didn't know it was called an alma mater. I probably couldn't have said it at 6 years old, but at the end of the alma mater, you know, it ends with Duncan, we love you. And to me, that was kind of the city's battle cry. As a kid, that was cool. I bought into that. I thought that was great. So my dad drove me to all the games, and you had that pride, that city pride of being a Duncanville Panther.
Lori kind of had it rough for a while because I was the only person she got to deal with. We didn't have a team. She was the only girl. So she had to go to tournaments. Instead of having other girls to talk to, she had me to talk to, and that was about it. So that was hard on Lori to begin with. But Lori really did some things, was the first to do things in golf at Duncanville that nobody else had ever done. She was the first to ever make it to the state tournament. She was really the first really talented player I had at Duncanville. Regardless of what happens today, I've really enjoyed having you in golf. I've loved every minute of it. And I just want you to know, whatever happens today, it's fine with me. She gave me a hug and said, don't worry, Coach, we got it. She went out and won the regional. So Lori knew what it took to be good.
I don't know if most of you guys know this, but most high school golf coaches in the past were just retired football coaches or chaperones. They didn't actually play golf or play at his level. So I had him for 4 years, and I don't remember a time he ever shot over par. So yes, my parents sacrificed quite a bit. My mom, who was actually a swimmer at Texas Tech, I don't know if you guys know that, who had her in class. She was calm and collected when watching me play. She was faking it. She told me years later she was a wreck. My dad, on the other hand, he couldn't fake it. And after a rough round, he'd come up to me and say, Lori, why'd you hit that tree twice on number 11? What were you you trying to do over there? I remember going up to him, raising my voice and saying, I did it on purpose, Dad. I hit that damn tree twice to make a double, to shoot 80, so I could see my name next to 80 and be so proud. You know what he did after that? Hugged me and said, good job, after every round.
As a result of that success, over 1,100 wins, 5 Duncanville state championships, and being ranked #1 in a variety of national polls, Kathy has received many accolades at both the state and national level. But tonight's honor and recognition is particularly special because it comes from the school district where she works and where she focuses so much effort and energy on helping girls become everything they can be.
March 6, 2000, the athletic director from Duncanville, Bob Alford, called me and said he was going to hire me as the head girls basketball coach at Duncanville. I laughed and said, you're kidding. And he said, no, I'm not kidding. I said, well, I'm honored, I'm flattered, I'm humbled, but I'm happy where I am. Little did I know what happiness really is. He called me for 2 or 3 straight weeks every day. He said I would only coach basketball, I could have full-time assistants, and only teach 1 PE class the first year. So, spring break, I told Westlake I was just going to drive up to Duncanville and check it out. I've been a fan of Coach Sandra Meadows since I was in high school, and when I was in high school, we came up for the SWAB tourney. I had watched her coach, and then as I got into coaching, I picked her brain at coaching clinics every chance I got. I couldn't believe I was being offered the Duncanville head girls job and would have the opportunity to coach alongside the legendary boys coach, Phil McNeely, and pick his brain every day.
Shelley Finger, Tiffany Jackson, Sam Lowe, Lori Sutherland Redotti, and Coach Kathy Self-Morton. Let's give all the inductees another round of applause.
Hello, my name is Phil McNeely, an old retired basketball coach and getting older by the day. I coached in Duncanville High School for 25 years. We won 3 state championships, which I'm very proud of my kids for doing. Since I've been retired, my hobby is chasing my grandkids and seeing them as much as I can. But right now, I'm ready for some hoops!
Hoops? Did you say hoops? We got your hoops right here in the Hoops Corner on Duncanville Weekly News with all the highlights from the latest Duncanville Panther and Pantherette basketball games and a peek at upcoming games. The Hoops Corner is brought to you by James Memorial Chapel,
The Wolverton Company, Singla Dental, Leon Miller Commercial Properties.
And now in the Hoops Corner, here's John with all the Hoops highlights.
Hello, Duncanville basketball fans, and welcome back to the Hoops Corner. Both teams, both the Panthers and the Pantherettes, had 4 games, district games, this past couple of weeks. So let's get right to the highlights and start this week with the Pantherettes. On Tuesday evening, the Pantherettes make the short trip to Cedar Hill, who was 2-1 in district play, having lost to DeSoto. Early on, Zay has an inbounds pass to make and finds Chris, who moves in the lane for 2. Then Anaya spots Chris ahead of the herd for 2 and 1. Zay makes a nice drive down the lane for the hoop. Then hits a 3-point shot. Angel gets it to Chris, who follows her shot and scores as the Pantherettes are trailing by a few. Almost the same play, but this time Hannah rebounds the miss and kisses it off to lead by 1. but scoring the last points of the quarter, the Lady Longhorns lead 21-19 after one. The Pantherettes tied it up fast when Hannah is full speed and fed by Anaya for two. And then Zay down the same lane for two more. Then she hits a shot from behind that arc on the court for an 8-point Pantherette lead. And then Chris gets it into Hannah, who scores in the post. And at the half, the Pantherettes have an 8-point lead. The lead went to double figures early in the third when Zay hits this shot. And then when Anaya misses, Kinley is there to rebound and score. And then Kinley follows that with a three-point hoop. Chris spots Angel down the lane for the basket. Anaya's turn. Three. And after three, the Pantherettes lead is 15 at 60-45. In the fourth, Angel hits a three-point basket. And then Zay feeds Hannah on a break. The Lady Longhorns are rallying and trail by only 6 when Anaya is called for a charge on this play. And it was not the correct call as Cedar Hill player almost ran her down. And when Coach Self Morgan grabs the back of her head and hair, you know she's a little disturbed. And she had good reason, as the Cedar Hill player was still running when they collided. It's a 6-point lead with a minute and a half to go, and Angel hits a free throw. The lead is down to 4 after this Lady Longhorn basket, and then another Angel free throw, and one from Anaya ended it. Final Pantherette 71 and Cedar Hill 67. Zay had 21 points, Kristen 14, Hannah 13, and Angel scored 10 as the Pantherettes are 25-1 on the season and 4-0 in district play.
Jane's Memorial Chapel is the only family-owned funeral home in Duncanville and is proud to offer caring and dedicated services from familiar friends. Rick Janes and his family, the owners of Jane's Memorial Chapel and Funeral Home, have served Duncanville area families in their time of loss since 1998. A beautiful and spacious chapel is offered, and Jane's serves all cemeteries. When it comes to finding people you can trust in a time of need, you can turn to Jane's Memorial Chapel. No one else knows families better. 811 South Cockrell Hill in Duncanville.
Friday, it was over to Irving Nimitz, who is yet to win a district game. And once again, Duncanville had more fans than the home team in one of the poorest lighted gyms played in. And we've boosted the video for their highlights so that you can see the play. The Pantherettes took and missed 4 shots before Zay hits a 3-point shot from the top. Angel spots Zay down low for 2 more. And then on a break, Angel spots Zay outside that arc, and once again, 3. Chris steals on the press and gets it to Zay, who whips it to Asha for 2 more. Angel into Chris. And then mysteriously, the Nimitz girl holds the ball out of bounds for over 8 seconds before they finally call the 5-second rule. And after this bucket by Chris, it's 18-2 Pantherettes. In the second, Lorene is loose and on a break and scores and draws the foul. Zay again from 16 feet. This happens 2 or 3 times a season. Zay shoots and the ball sticks between the rim and the backboard. Anita is the shortest player on the court, but she rebounds and scores. And at the half, it's 38-4, Pantherettes. In the third, Zay, 3. And then Angel hits a hook shot off the glass. Check out this pass from Zay to Angel as the lead just grows and grows. Zay to Chris, layup. Asha, 2 and 1. And after 3, it's 62-13, Pantherettes. In the fourth quarter, Kiana Howard Garza is in and hits a 15-foot shot on an inbounds play. And then Asha beats her defense for 2. Anaya to Angel for the basket. Final, Pantherettes 79 and Irving Nimitz 26. Zay had 23, Chris 18, Asha and Angel had 10 apiece.
Singla Dental, your hometown dental office, is a proud sponsor of our DHS athletes on Duncanville Weekly News. Singla Dental offers convenient, extended hours, and same-day appointments are available. Located at 541 West Wheatland with a website of www.singladental.com and telephone number is 972-298-4677.
Tuesday night, a home game with South Grand Prairie, who is having a kind of a down season for them so far. And early on, Angels' well-defended layup attempt is rebounded and is going to be put back by Hannah. Zay is ahead of the Tribe for 2. And then Hannah feeds Chris in the post for a spinning basket. And after 1, it's 16-6, Pantherettes. The Pantherettes got stuck on 16 for about 3 minutes into the second quarter before Chris rebounds and scores and is fouled. Anaya gets a hook shot in the lane. And then Kinley hits the first 3-point shot of the game. Zay scores on a reverse layup. And the Pantherettes are holding for the last shot of the first half, but the Lady Warriors steal and take the shot at the buzzer. And it goes. And at the half, it's 25-18 Pantherettes. In the third, Zay drives and scores. As does Anaya. And it's 35-22 after 3. Hannah scores in the post in the fourth quarter. And then Zay hits the second 3-point shot goal of the game. Final, Pantherettes 48 and South Grand Prairie, the Lady Warriors 33. Zay's had 19. Hannah 10 as the Pantherettes go 6-0 in District 7 6A play.
Leon Miller Commercial Properties is a proud sponsor on Duncanville Weekly News as he enjoys helping to promote our DHS athletes as no one else does. Leon owns office and retail space in the heart of Duncanville on Main Street. If you are looking for convenient, accessible, and well-kept space for rent, Call Leon at 972-709-7181. He will fix you up.
On a cold, windy Friday night, the Pantherettes went to DeSoto to play before the largest crowd ever at DeSoto, to include football coach Reggie Samples, with both of these teams undefeated in district play. And DeSoto takes the tip and takes it straight to the bucket to take the very early lead. The Lady Eagles scored 5 straight before Naya hits a 3-point shot. She banked it in. Zay hits the longest of 2-point shots. And then Chris drives the lane for 2 to give the Pantherettes a 15-13 lead after 1. In the second, Kinley hits a shot from behind that arc on the floor. And with nothing highlightable happening, it's 28-27 Pantherettes at the half. Chris starts the second half with a driving hoop. And then Hannah scores on a break. Ahead by 1. Angel makes it 4 with this rainbow. Zay demonstrates a shooter's touch with this 3-point hoop. This Lady Eagles basket pulled them to within 1 midway through the third quarter. And after 3, it's even at 42 apiece. In the fourth, Angel hits a 3-point shot. And then Chris drives, misses, but follows her shot to rebound and score. A shot to tie it by DeSoto is missed. And Zay rebounds underneath the basket, and she just takes it to the house for a 4-point lead with 2 minutes left. Trying to hold it for the clock to run out, Chris spots a lonely Angel underneath for a clincher. Final. Pantherettes 57 and the Lady Eagles 51. Zay had 16, Chris 15, and Angel 10 in the first of 2, maybe 3 meetings of these 2 state-ranked teams. Here are the current girls 7-6A standings. So the girls are halfway through their district action, and the Pantherettes are the only undefeated team at 7-0. DeSoto is 6-1, Cedar Hill 5-2, Irving MacArthur is 4-3, and then South Grand Prairie is 3-4, Irving 2-5, Grand Prairie 1-6, Irving Nimitz 0-7. Is that the most balanced standings you've ever seen? Upcoming games for the Panthers and the Pantherettes will be shown to you after we see the highlights of the Panthers. They also had 4 games against those same 4 schools, and here's how they did. Tuesday, the Panthers played at Cedar Hill, who was 0-1, having lost to DeSoto in their opening district play, and have won only 3 games all season. Cameron opens the scoring with a rainbow. And then Douglas rebounds, shoots, misses, but follows his shot and scores. Steven gets it into Jordan, who turns and scores. And a late arriving Duncanville crowd once again outnumbers those on the Cedar Hill side. Douglas. Rainbow. And after one, the Panthers have jumped to a 26-9 lead. Stephen opens the second quarter with a three-point hoop. And CJ hits a bank shot three-point basket. Bank shot. Ian is in, and it's his turn. Three. And Jabryant is in, and he dishes to Stephen for two more. And at the half, it's 46-25 Panthers. As he did to start the game, Cameron hits a three-point shot early in the third quarter. Then he drives the lane for two more. And then he hits a rainbow. And after three, the Panthers' lead is 65-41. In the fourth, CJ drives, slings it up, and it goes in, and he was fouled. Miles Bennett is in, and he drives across the lane and scores. Keon Hoskins is in, and he gets on the books with this rebound and score. And William Butler drives the lane for a basket. The Panthers just hold the ball for the last seconds. Final. Panthers 83 and Cedar Hill 60. Cameron had 20 to lead all the scores in what was a big win over Cedar Hill.
The Wolverton Company, serving the Duncanville, Southwest Dallas area for over 78 years. Wolverton has been a proud sponsor of Duncanville Weekly News since their day one in 1991. From H.W. to Thomas to Keith and Matthew, Wolverton provides the best heating and air conditioning service there is. Call them at 972-296-COOL. That's 972-296-2665.
Friday evening, it was over to the darkest gym around, Irving Nimitz. But there was plenty of light in the stands as the Panthers visited the Vikings. And early on, Douglas makes a spinning hoop. And then Jacoby gets the good rim bounce with this shot. Then makes a good pass into Jordan for the basket as the teams are swapping scores early on. And after one, it's 14-10 Vikings. In the second, Cameron gets going with a three-point hoop. Then he hits a 15-foot shot. And then stops and pops. As the Panthers take a 21-18 lead at the half. Jordan opens the second half with a pretty shot from the top. And then Stephen is above the crowd to rebound, spin, and score. And after three, it's 36-28 Panthers. In the fourth, Jordan hits a three-point shot. And Jacoby. Three. And then on the next possession, Jacoby drives for two. Miles misses, but Ken is there to finish the deal. Then Ken snares a defensive rebound and just takes it to the house. And outscoring Nimitz 20 points in the second half. It's final 59-36. Jacoby had 16. Jordan and Cameron had 11 to lead the Panthers. Prior to the Panthers game with South Grand Prairie, the 2017 Athletic Hall of Honor inductees were introduced to the crowd. Both the Panthers and South Grand Prairie, along with DeSoto, are undefeated in district play. And in a slow starting offensive game, Stephen rebounds Cam's shot and scores. Then Jacoby drives and dishes to Jordan for the layup. Douglas steals a rebounded ball and scores. And then Jacoby steals at midcourt and takes it to the house. And after one, it's 12-9, Warriors. In the second, Stephen drives for two. Trailing by 6, Jacoby snares a long rebound and scores. This was a very physical game with more than one technical foul called, and here's the first. Trailing by 4, Stephen misses a three-point attempt, but Jordan is there to rebound and score at the buzzer, and at the half it's 25-23, still Warriors. Early in the third, Cam, who transferred here from South Grand Prairie, hits a 15-foot leaner. The Panthers scored 8 straight with Jordan, and then Cam 3 times. And after 3, the Panthers have built a 9-point lead. In the fourth, the Panthers played very deliberate, slow down, let the clock run, and saw their lead dwindle to 5 until Jacoby scores on this drive. Lots of free throws, of course, down the stretch, and Cam hits 4. Final, Panthers 58 and South Grand Prairie 46. Cam had 23. Jacoby 13, and Jordan scored 10 as the Panthers stay undefeated in District 7, 6A. And this was a classic. Smooth jump shot. Keep things close. This hoop by Stephen put the Panthers ahead with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. The Eagles responded with a 3-point back. With a 3-point shot. And after one, the Panthers 22, Eagles 18. In the second quarter, taking an inbounds pass, Stephen backs up. Cam follows with another 3-point hoop. Then Jacoby makes a great drive for a basket. The Panthers are up by 3, but on the last play of the first half, this. And at the half, it's 40-39 Panthers. Early in the third, Cam makes a floater. And then Jacoby drives and dishes to Patrick Durham for 2. And after 3, the Eagles lead by 2. In the fourth, William Butler makes a great move down the lane and gets 2 and 1. Then Jacoby follows suit. With a minute left in regulation, the Eagles are up by 4 points, but Cam cuts it to 1 with this. And then after a DeSoto free throw, it's a 2-point Panther deficit, but Bryant hits this critical baseline shot to tie it. And we head to overtime, tied at 70. An intimidating overtime opening as Jacoby gets intercepted, but he makes up for it quickly right here. Lots of free throws. Jacoby hits a couple. And Douglas hits one before DeSoto hits this one to tie it. And we go to a second overtime, tied at 78. In the second overtime, Bryant drives and dishes to Steven for 2. And then Steven hits a 3-point shot. With a minute left, Jacoby drives, scores, and draws a foul. And his free throw posted the Panthers to a 6-point lead with a minute left. After the Eagles had missed a couple of free throws, Jacoby hits 3. And then Douglas makes a couple. And it's over. Final, Panthers 93. The Eagles 86. Jacoby had 33 points, Steven 26, and Bryant had 11, as the Panthers are now the only undefeated team in District 7, 6A. Here are the boys' district standings. The Panthers lead the district, the only undefeated team, at 5-0. DeSoto and South Grand Prairie are both 4-1, but haven't played each other yet. Cedar Hill's 3-2. Irving MacArthur is 2-3, and Irving and Grand Prairie are 1-4 apiece, and Nimitz is trying to get ready for baseball. Here's the upcoming schedule for the teams. Coming up on Friday, the 19th, the Panthers and Pantherettes will be at Grand Prairie. Then on Tuesday, the 23rd, at Irving. What? A home game Friday, the 26th. Cedar Hill will be here. And on the 30th, the Tuesday, Nimitz will be visiting the Sandra Meadows Memorial Arena. Remember, in District 7 6A, the girls play at 6 and the boys follow at about 7:30-ish. We'll be back on January the 30th with highlights of those games and more. As we close, let's see some more remarks from some of the honorees at the Hall of Honor, and we'll see you on or before January the 30th.
As a kid, that was cool. I bought into that. I thought that was great. So my dad drug me to all the games, and you had that pride, that city pride of being a Duncanville Panther. And so that's what I grew up wanting to be. And I just grew up in Fair Meadows, from Fair Meadows to Bird, and then made it to high school. And my goal was to play on the basketball team. My height and my athleticism probably didn't match up with that goal real well at times, and I figure Coach McGuire was my freshman coach. Coach McQuaid was my JV coach, and Coach McNeely was the varsity coach. So he's kind of always your coach. Going into my senior year, I say I was born at the right time because I was born close to Greg Ostertag. So being born close to a 7-footer and living in the same town as him is very important for your basketball career. And but I figure, we had Greg, we had another guy named Marvin Bell, and we had Robert Ringo. So I figured at some point, as I was thinking about this, the coaches had to be sitting in their office, Coach McQuaid, Coach McGuire, and Coach McNeely, looking at each other going, do we have somebody else besides Sam? Do we have somebody a little bigger?